Hi guys, so today I'm going to talk to you about the basics on how to invest in real estate. There's lots of different methods that you can use. They go from the basic one, just buying your own house and living in it, and then you have an appreciating assets, to flipping homes, subject tools and stuff like that. We'll get into that. I'm going to explain to you all the methods that there are. Number one, the basic one that I already touched on is owner occupied, which obviously means you just go get a mortgage and then you buy a house and you live in it. And then hopefully at some point the price will go up. Now you can twist that and like supercharge it and turn it into house hacking. What house hacking, you buy either a regular house or a duplex, triplex, fourplex, and then you rent out. Obviously with a duplex it's obvious, you rent out the other half. With the triplex and fourplex is obvious what you're gonna do. When you have a single family, you can rent out rooms, or you can chop it up. Want to make a part of the house an efficiency, so you can rent that out and hopefully cover some or all of your mortgage, and then you live for free and you still have the asset that is, most likely, let's be real, going to go up in value over time. What you can do also is you can repeat that process up to between a year and 2 years. You can repeat that process. So you'll go buy another house and then rent out part of it. And then the old house that you just moved out of, you're going to rent the whole house out. And then you're gonna accumulate more and more rental properties. So that's the first method. Now, the second method that you can do is you can flip homes. You buy a house that's ugly, that needs repairs, and then you turn it into a beautiful home by remodeling it. And then you can sell it. That's the fix and flip. And there's another method that's called buy and hold. That's when you buy the property and you hold on to it and you rent it out. You can either do that when you're fixing it, or you can do it with a turnkey. Turnkey means it's ready to move in. Now that option, you can supercharge it by turning it into a Brrrr. Brrrr means buy, rent, rehab, refinance, repeat. So Brrrr, you will buy the property. Oh, I said it wrong. So Brrrr is buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. You buy a property, you fix it up, you buy a property obviously for a low price. You then fix it up, get a tenant in it, and then get somebody to refinance the house and get the money back out that you put into the house, and repeat that process. So you're gonna add more and more rental properties to your portfolio. Another method that you can use to invest in real estate is subject to or owner financing. Subject to means you're taking over somebody's mortgage. So you find somebody who wants to get rid of the property. Owner financing is when a person doesn't want their house anymore, same thing, and they then let you make payments to them. So they're basically the carrier of the mortgage. You guys make up an agreement that works for both of you guys. Like, for example, so and so much down and the payments every month, and then you have a mortgage with that person instead of with a bank. Now, how do you pay for that? There's obviously different methods. The first one is pretty obvious, it's cash. The second one would be a mortgage. There's so many different options. The first method that I told you guys, the house hacking, would be you just get a regular mortgage, maybe even an FHA. FHA only requires 3.5% down in most cases. Hard money is when there's like, I don't want to say loan sharks, but like people who do this like professionally, they lend money to you at a really high rate. This is mostly used for fix and flips. For example, you have a house and then you've got it under contract for 100, fixed up, it's worth 200. So you go and take that property, like you show that property to a hard money lender, and they will lend you usually like 70% of the loan to value ratio. And then they usually lend you also like the fix up costs, but it's usually a pretty high percentage. It's like around 8 to 12% for that. That's an option. And then you pay them back when you flip the house or when you refinance it. You can use that with the fix and flip method, and you can use that with the Brrrr method. And then there's other people's money. You know somebody who's rich who wants to make a little bit of return on their investment. You can offer them like 8% or whatever on their investment, and you borrow the money and you pay them back when you flip the house or when you refinance the house. How do you find the houses? The most basic one, and which is probably best for the newbies, is get a realtor. When you're a buyer, realtors are free. They get paid by the seller. and they will help you with the process. Another option is driving for dollars, meaning you're gonna drive through your neighborhood and you're gonna look at houses that look like they are maybe vacant or people are not taking care of them. That's a sign that people don't have money and they might be in need to sell. That's what you do. You drive for dollars, you knock on the house, you can look up their number, and you somehow get in contact with them and see if they're trying to sell the house. Another method on how to find properties is you tell everybody that you want to invest in real estate or that you're looking to buy a house. So you tell all your friends and your family, so they're going to be on the lookout for you. How do you make sure that you don't lose money? Okay, so that's the tricky part, of course. You can't make sure that you don't lose money. It comes with experience, knowledge, education on the subject, and also there's never a guarantee. I'm pretty sure the best in the game still lose money sometimes. So it's not a guarantee. Like nothing in life comes easy. So you have to do your research, really educate yourself on the subject, know what you're doing, know the area, and hope for the best. Or what you can also do is, if you're newer, get a realtor that's investor friendly. So the realtor kind of like can guide you a little bit about the area or how to calculate things like cap rate. The cap rate is how you can tell if a property is going to make money if you're going to rent it out. Or there are different things such as the 1% rule also to help guide you on finding out if a property is going to be worth your time. What you really have to do is definitely do a lot of research, educate yourself, buy books on the subject, go to biggerpockets.com or listen to the podcasts and really get into the subject. It's not easy. It's not like a get rich quick scheme. It takes time to learn how to invest in houses and how to do it right. It took me a really long time. So if you want to know more about how to invest in houses and if you have any questions about something specific that I talked about, let me know in the comments.